Okay, Kmart shoppers. Happy Wednesday. Gonna do another little art stream here. Make sure I got all my stuff set correctly. I think I do. Got the iPad hooked up. iPad I forgot to charge, so the battery is not great. So I still think I should still be able to stream for probably around an hour. Might be a hair short, might do 45 minutes just to not completely wipe out the iPad, but nonetheless, I can still do some streaming, fortunately. And yeah, so that's going to be the plan for this evening. Yeah, it might be a little on the shorter side, might be, just depends. Because like I said, I don't want to leave it with nothing. I don't like to ever. I know it's not necessarily healthy to always keep your battery charged to max, but I also don't like the idea of wiping a battery out on my stuff. I just never have liked that, even though it's, I doubt it would. In the entire time I've had this iPad, how many times has it ever actually been fully wiped out? It's possibly none. But still, just not something I'd like to do if I can afford not to. So I am probably going to get a new computer soon, a new desktop PC. Kind of trying to figure out what I want to do there. And I don't think I think for the first time I'm not going to build it. I think I'm just going to get it. There's a couple of different places that do, what's the word for it? That do custom builds. You put whatever you want in there, and then you put anything in there. Sorry, you put the parts you want. That's what I'm trying to say, if I can speak English again. And then they build it for you. So I'm going to look at it. There's a couple things where I think, and this is pretty typical, where I might go low on some of the stuff that they're going to put in, and then I will upgrade those things myself later. I have a feeling that's what I'll end up doing, but I don't know yet. I just have to look. But like I said, I've built every machine I've had. Oh man, I'm trying to think when I can't even think how far back it was since I haven't put my own machine together. And look, it's fun, but it typically takes a long time. You don't really have any guarantees on you won't have a bad part. I did get that once where I had a machine I was putting together, and it took a long time because I don't buy all the parts at once. Usually I would space it out, and I would buy the case and then the power supply and then this and that and that and this and whatever, and just kind of slowly assemble it over time. And the only issue with that is I had gotten a motherboard, and I think I got the motherboard relatively early on because you have to build the system for those who haven't built computers. Actually, you don't have to do it this way, but I always got the motherboard and the case and the power supply were the first three things I would get. And then I would put all that together, and then I would slowly add the pieces, and the last pieces would be the video card, the processor. But the processor, honestly, I could have probably gotten the processor up. Well, no, that's not true. Motherboards can take different processors as long as they're the right socket size. So the processor wouldn't be the last thing, because there'd be a certain point where, depending on it, you knew what you were going to get, and there's usually not that much of a performance gain. That's been true for a long time. So it's not like waiting 6 months gets you a processor that's twice as good as the one from 6 months before. The only times I ever really waited there were some. I'm just an Intel person. I always stick with the Intel chips. I know that AMD is just as competitive, if not, in some people's opinions, better. That's fine. I won't dispute that. But I've always been an Intel person, which I know that's sort of crappy to go by past loyalty. But honestly, at this point, there's not enough difference I care. And with Intel chips, I just knew what I was getting. So the only time I would really wait is if I knew there was a thermal problem or they ran hot or whatever, which, is at this point, there aren't any chips that don't run hot. That used to be something you could kind of avoid. I think they've gotten it a little bit under control. For a while there, it was pretty insane, at least on the Intel side. But in any event, it would take a long time. And so by the time I actually got to building the thing, it was already behind by a while. And now I just feel like letting somebody else put it together for me, and they can warranty, because the one motherboard, that's where my story was going, I had bought, and by the time I actually powered the rig on, the motherboard was bad, but I couldn't get any refund or anything at that point because it had been so long since I bought it. So it was a mess. I mean, I probably could have, but it was just a headache, and when you're building a computer, you just want it to work, and it was just one of those things. So I think at this point, I'm fine with letting somebody else put it together. I picked the parts, let somebody else put it together. The cable management was another thing. Let me switch my thing to, there we go. I'm so futzy about cable management, and it's very tough to do well. And the couple places I've looked, they all have really exceptional cable management. I just want a nice, clean system. But just send it to me and I'll power it on. I'm not changing anything else on. I'm not going to change my monitor, keyboard, mouse, anything else. It's literally just going to be the tower, because this machine's got to be pushing 7 years old now, and it's fine, but it's starting to quirk up. It's starting to have little things. Nothing major, but you can tell it's starting to struggle with stuff. So that's usually the indicator you got a new machine. A sip of water. So yeah, I'm looking around. The one that I think I like is called Main Gear or something like that. I kind of like their whole setup. It's got pretty good reviews. There's a lot of those now, so it's tough to even tell. And this will be the first time I've bought a pre-built machine. I'm not kidding. It has to be, well, now I guess it'd be like 30, no, not quite 30 years. No, not quite 30 years. I would say 25 years, 25 years since I bought I've recommended for others and set up others with pre-built. And that's the other thing, is a lot of people that I've gotten machines for, they like them. So it's like, what? Yeah, I know it's cheaper, but it also just takes longer. And like I said, if I accidentally break something, then it's all on me. So I think at this point in my life, I'm ready to just get a machine sent to me that I can just boot up and be ready to go. The only thing is I don't know, they all come with Windows 11 now, and I'm not exactly a fan of Windows 11, but I don't know. I can always buy 10 still and write over it, and I might do that, but I don't know. I ain't there yet, so I'll worry about that when I get to that point. Anyhow, on to Spiral. Here we are. Let's get to what we're actually here for, as opposed to me just jabbering on. So, if you didn't see the last stream, I had a little bit of a concern on this hand here, because this hand, I think you can still see it if I turn the mask off, yeah. This hand here had the OK symbol, which is an occult spell casting hand gesture, but I was concerned there would be some confusion with the white power symbol, so I opted to get rid of that hand. I found a different occult hand. This is apparently an occult gesture that doesn't seem to have any negative connotation that I know of. I mean, it barely looks like it's even something being done intentionally, but I did find it on a page that listed all different occult hand gestures, and I'm fine with that, so I just did a quick sketch based off that. So I've replaced the top hand that previously had this hand, and I took this hand and I moved it down here. And this hand, which didn't look right to me right from the jump, so this is one of these things where I sit here and even though I make fun, like a lot of people, of machine-generated artwork not being able to get fingers right, I have to admit, it's tough to get fingers right, and hands. But I found a woman holding a samurai sword, so I basically did a quick sketch, and that I think looks a lot better. So now I have everything relatively where I want in terms of the hands, and I can keep going on everything else. So the hand situation appears to be sorted. Okay, where are we? Let's take a look at what we got here. What is this? That's okay. We can... How many layers am I looking at here? I got to look at what my layer count is. Canvas, information. Let's see what we got. Maximum layers 44, 28. Okay, so I've got 16 left. All right, I've got some layers left to lock this thing a little bit more in. So let's go ahead and let's switch to our true black. Let's switch to our standard. I think I was using this pen. Yes. Let's give this hand a wrist. Let's give this hand a wrist. Let's give this hand a wrist. Did I say that or did I say let's give this wrist a hand? Actually, it really doesn't matter. We're gonna put a wrist in here. Okay. Whatever I said, it doesn't matter. It's both applies. So we'll just do this. And we'll do a little bit of that. And now we have a wrist attaching that hand to the arm. Oh, magical! And now let's go ahead and put this hand. I have to do a little bit of futzing on this because, as you can see, it doesn't quite line up, but I'll make that. That's no problem. We'll make that work. Alright, let's just get this hand in. And I'll fix the overlapping fingers thing won't be a problem in a minute. So let's go, where are we here? Okay. This will be the second, actually no. Let's do this the right way. Okay, so let's do this. That finger coming here. And that, I don't like it. Hold on. Let's do this. I do like to have a little bit of a bend in the hand. There we go. Yeah, come in a little bit. That way I can just piece this hand together from parts, because I want to make sure that we get everything we need. Oh, God, that looks terrible. See, here's what I mean. Fingers are tough. To give credit to the machine-generated images, fingers are not easy. I mean, they look easy when you do them. They really do. They don't look like they should be tough if you just look at them. But somehow, as with some... Oh, no, that's not the middle finger. I was like, oh, now it's giving the middle finger. That's not what it's doing. It just looks that way, but it's not. But fingers are tough to actually get right. Even though when you look at them, you think, oh, they can't be that hard to draw. They are hard to draw. God, that looks terrible. See what I mean? I'm following a sketch that looks fine to my eyes, and yet, you know. But that's, as I've talked about many times, it is that gulf between what's in your head and what makes it out. And it's not insignificant. It really isn't. And you're seeing exactly how. So I'm taking, again, a sketch I did that I thought looked fine, and having trouble translating it into what I want. Not that, I mean, not enough that I can't do it. I've got it where I need it. But still, it's just tells you. So I have a lot, people who can draw good hands. Once in a while I can do it. Once in a while I can knock out a hand pretty clean the first time. But it's a rarity. It really is. It does not happen often. And like I said, it's you look at the thing and you're like, well, that looks right. And then you go and draw it, and it doesn't look right. It's, honestly, it's pretty friggin' maddening at times. That there's a high, I don't like not getting things right. So, it is pretty irritating if I can't get a finger right. Okay, that's gotta go. That's going behind that. Now I just have to clean up the jumbleness of the fingers. But that's no problem. I can do that. Where's that one? There it is. This one has to come out of here. Or no, sorry, not there. There, yep. That goes out. That goes out. Oh, where's that one? This one? This one, I need to get rid of that little bit. And then the thumb, which I think is... Where's the thumb at? There's the thumb. Thumb comes out of here. And I think that... Oh, no, I'm going to get rid of this part right here. This comes out. And I think our fingers are properly aligned from the picture I saw. Like I said, I based this off of searching for occult hand gestures, and there were a whole bunch. And this one looked it looked just weird enough that I believe that it's real without, again, risking it being some kind of horrifically offensive thing. So hopefully that this does not mean anything to anybody, except for people who, I guess, cast spells or whatever. So those people will know what it is. Everybody else, I hope it doesn't mean anything to you. Okay, so that's most of that hand and that part there. Okay. That's good. We got it. Okay, so let's do I think I have to cough. Let me mute really quick because I'm going to cough. Oh, strange cough. Came out of nowhere. Okay. Let's jump down to here. Let's do another new layer. Let's do this hand. Do the same thing where I'm just going to build it. Oh, helps to have the pen. There we are. Build it in parts. Join it up there. Okay, and then we have the thumb coming down. Ooh, that's not a bad thumb. That really is not a bad thumb. I'm sort of astonished at how not bad that thumb is. I'm not saying it's great, but thumbs at an angle, when I typically do them at first, not so great. Screwed up the finger, but that's okay. I can fix that. Okay. Ooh, that's not good though. Hold on. Let's see. Let's do this, and this will come down like that. That's better. That's better. And we'll have this come up like that. And that will go around the handle of whatever this is going to be. I think this will be... Yeah. Well... Yeah. Sort of. Not really. No. This is not hentai. I don't think Spiral is Japanese. Actually, I don't know. Okay, so hentai is... Isn't hentai Japanese? Is hentai both the animated and manga forms of Japanese pornography? I actually don't know that answer. Yeah, I don't know. So if it includes drawn still images, then let's find out. This is a fun thing. Let's take a look at something. I'm legitimately curious about this. Learn something new every day. Jeez. Okay, I'm the moron because all I did was go to my search thing and search for hentai. So what do you think I got? So I'm an idiot. Of course. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, oh, of course, the first thing that'll come up is definition. No. Okay, here we go. Wikipedia defines it. Oh, wow. Okay. Wikipedia clearly doesn't default to work safe. I'm glad I didn't search for this on the stream. It has a very explicit picture right at the top of the definition. I'm just looking for a definition, Wikipedia. I'm not saying I need to see it, but okay. All right, anime and manga pornography. A loan word from Japanese. Oh, interesting. Oh, I'm not going to read that part. Okay, so it's just general. Oh boy. All right, I'm clicking off this Wikipedia article now. Don't go to that unless you want a lot more information than you need. Okay, so yes, this would technically fall within the realm. You are correct. This could be defined as hentai to someone, I guess, if I assume there is a subgenre for multiple arms. There must be. There is for everything else. In any event, back to what we're doing. Okay. So let's see. We've got the hands. That, I think, this will probably be a short sword of some kind. So this hand... Actually, I'm looking at that hand. Hold on. Oh, actually, it's not that bad. That hand's not that bad. I think I just got the curve a little bit off. Yeah, I think I just got the curve a little bit off. Yeah. I mean, not that you're really going to see that, but just... Oh, wait, let me look at my hand. Hold on. Oh, yeah, okay. No, it just looks funny, I think, because there's nothing in it. Okay. I'll look all right once I have the sword, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, speaking of hentai, I've been rewatching the... Not that it is hentai, but it's certainly hentai adjacent. I've been rewatching the Aeon Flux series. Boy, I'd forgotten some element. I haven't watched it in a little while. I forgot some of the elements of that show. That show was pushing some lines for MTV. I'll just say that. Holds up, though. Great show. But I had forgotten some things from it. Stuff that I remember being in the shorter shorts, you know, the ones that aired before without any dialogue, but I didn't remember so much of some of that stuff carrying over to the series. But I do like the fact that she still dies in episodes and then just comes back in the next one. That's a very Aeon Flux thing. All right, let's switch over to... Oh, let me clean that up before I go in. Well, I remember the foot stuff. I remember because I had the graphic novel, the Herodotus Affair. I had that for years. I don't know how I lost it. And there's a whole thing where there's like a fake ad for her as a foot dominatrix or whatever. So I knew there was the foot thing. I was very familiar with that being a part of her. I just don't remember the French kissing where their faces are very far apart and their tongues are extraordinarily Gene Simmons elongated. That stuff I didn't remember from the show, but I don't care. I mean, that's part of the charm of that show is that it is so different. So I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. I just forgot about it. Let's group. I can put the belt buckle together probably. Where's the top of that? Yeah, I gotta start combining some of these lines. They don't all need to be separated. Is this even a... That's an empty layer. I thought so. So that layer can go. Okay. Yeah, I really wish I still had that comic. Because it was a neat comic. It was like a file on one of her... It was like background on assassination stuff. It was a neat comic. Yeah, there's a lot of that too. Yeah, there is a lot of that too. I did notice that. Like I said, I don't mind it. I still find that show to be even today, is still a unique thing. Oh, man, at least I saw it. Well, no, what? Come on, there we go. It definitely has its own personality that I do like about it. Hold on, I'm getting it back. I don't know why suddenly this is happening all the time. It's bugging me though. There we go. And now I have to come in here. This is what else bugs me. Now I have to come into the Twitch thing, and I have to redo this and save it again. It didn't used to do this. Anyway, enough random complaining. I'm not going to waste the entire thing complaining. Okay, let's jump to... I don't know about that neck thing. It kind of looks like an upside-down shark fin now to me, and I don't know if I'm not necessarily digging that as much. Let's get the taper pen, because I like the taper pen now. I'm having fun with that. Let's do the boot hair, boot fur, whatever we're calling that. Is this a thing? What is this? Is this empty as well? Empty! We'll take it. I will use an empty one. Okay. But yes, Aeon Flux. Weird, but holds up. Still extraordinarily good, which I am happy about. Okay, there we go. Ooh, not that though. No, that don't look good. Just have to figure this out. I haven't tried this exact application of this yet, where I've got kind of using it for hair strands, but there's no reason it shouldn't work, honestly. It's just a matter of getting it right. And I can always backfill it. Whoa. Hold on a minute. I just heard an extremely loud noise. I want to make sure there wasn't just a car accident in front of my house. Let me just look. You will travel with me as I check. Let's see. No. No. I don't know what that was. It sounded loud. My dog sat up. I heard it. I don't know what it was, but there's nobody dead in front of the house, so we're all right. Okay. Just checking. Really? You don't ever use them anymore. You know, it's funny. I never used brushes in Photoshop. I really didn't. Shapes I did. I still use shapes. Shapes I actually have a heavy use of in Photoshop, but I never really used brushes the way a lot of people did. I don't really know why. You know, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. I do know why. The reason I didn't was because for a long time, I never liked the Wacom tablets that a lot of people liked. Never got into Wacom. I could not reconcile the difference in motion, the fact that I wasn't drawing on the screen. I could never afford the really expensive ones where you, like the big super screens, back when I was messing around with that stuff. I couldn't afford that. So, you know, without the Wacom tablet, the brushes, the idea of brushes that way, what I would be doing is I would just scan in my work and then I would kind of ink over it, but I never used brushes because again, it just didn't seem like it was actually a brush to me. So I never got into brushes. I collected some sometimes thinking I might use them. I mean, I'm not going to say I never used one for like scratchiness or, you know, I used it more as a subtractor, an eraser, or a masker than I ever did as a fill device. I was using it to remove in a certain way. Like if I wanted to add like an old destroyed picture effect, I would use a brush as an eraser or a masking thing. But I never used them as a creative, like I'm doing this. Never did it. And I think it's because I figured if I was going to do that, then I should have a drawing tablet. And honestly, again, I never liked the Wacom stuff. I shouldn't say I didn't like it. It didn't work for me. I've seen people use them. They're amazing tools. But it just never was, and I know people still use them. I'm not saying like Wacom's gone. They're still around, obviously. But it was just never, it was never made for me. My brain could not get that difference together. And so that's why I never really used brushes. Not because I have anything against brushes necessarily. It's just that it never worked for the way that I was creating stuff in Photoshop. There was never a good use for it in what I was doing. No, I think I am going to just do some spacing here, and I can fill this in later because I don't want to be trying to have them all. Yeah, but this is all right. I really do like this brush. I still am astonished at how much I enjoy this brush. Pen, I don't know, whatever you're supposed to be calling this. I mean, I guess it is technically a pen. I called it taper pen. But I do like it. I mean, I obviously I'm still kind of figuring it out. I'm certainly not really great with it or anything, but you know, I don't do a lot that requires a tapered point, but obviously I'm finding uses for it. So that's all right. It's doing the job I need it to do as I find new jobs for it to do. New applications. Yeah, see, like that. That looks like fur. Better than if I used the other brush and tried to make points. That never... I mean, I've done it. I did it for years, but I'm not going to tell you I was ever really thrilled with the results from it, but it was the way I did things. So this is definitely better at getting that nice tapered point. Hence, the fact that's a tapered brush. Pen, whatever we're calling it. Yeah. So yeah, probably in the next, maybe by the weekend or so, I'll pick out where I'm getting my computer from and get myself a computer built and sent to me, which is just such a weird concept. I still am not used to the fact that I won't be building the machine. Not necessarily sad about it, it's just weird. But it will be nice to get a machine that I can just plug in and turn the damn thing on. That'll be nice, and not have to worry that I did something wrong or didn't discharge static from my hands correctly, even though I never had a case where I actually shocked. Oh, actually, I think I did. Yeah, I think I shouldn't say that. I think I did actually destroy a component through shock once. I sort of think I did. Right as I said that, I sort of remember that I did fry something. Maybe that was... Oh, you know, that might have been a motherboard, too. I guess all my bad luck with building computers has all been motherboard-based. Either buying a bad one or frying one. So, yeah, I'm not going to miss that. Yeah, I was talking earlier. I don't think you were on yet, but I don't know. I don't feel like doing it this time. I feel like just having somebody send me one that's got all the cables nicely arranged and it's just ready to go. I've built computers for a long time, and I just don't feel the need to build this one. Now, maybe not building this one will get me to want to build the next one. Maybe the fact that I've built them so often is why I'm kind of burned out on it. It's kind of something I've done a lot of times, and, you know, that could be. I'll still admire it. I'll still be able to appreciate somebody doing good work on the one that's sent to me. I really don't think I need the leg lines now. You know what I'll do? Since I've got these legs done, I'm going to go ahead and merge that down, and what I'll do is, just on the off chance I need these, let's go ahead and mask it. I really doubt I would, but just in case, we'll mask it, and we'll mask out the leg lines. Because I just don't think I'm going to need them, but don't want to take away all my options if I need them for something. Whoops. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's where the leg is. Let's just do that carefully. There we are. And let's get rid of that one. Not get rid of. Mask. It's masking. It's not erasing. Non-destructive editing. What the professionals do. There we go. Got some nice furry boots. I'll have to work on the actual boot shading at some point, which won't be too hard. Oh, you know what? Where is the fur? The fur? That's the fur. We can go ahead and erase that. I know I won't need that. Or that. Or these. Yeah, I went back and forth 24 hours to wipe my old. Wow. Well, you were probably doing extremely destructive. What are you doing? Writing zeros a bunch of times? I'm going to guess. Because, yeah, 24 hours. But, I mean, if you want to do it securely, it typically does take a while, so I understand. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's the only downside of laptops. Nice part about desktops is I have all my hard drives segmented for everything that's critical is on one drive. So to get rid of a machine, I just pull one drive out, and then that's it. So, because, I mean, nothing else that's stored that I care about. Let's put it like that. So, yes, doing a laptop is definitely more involved. Oh, well, yeah, well, that's Windows for you. Yeah, I got to go to Windows 11, I think, with this new machine. I mean, I can buy 10 and just keep it on 10, but I might try it 11. I don't understand what Microsoft's doing these days. I don't know why they don't just keep things simple, but I guess that's just not in their corporate DNA or something. I mean, I like Windows. That's the part that really kind of burns me on it, is I actually do like Windows as an OS. But man, they really just don't seem to like themselves, I guess. I don't know what else to say. They don't seem to, or they just don't like consumers anymore. Maybe that's it. Or don't care, I guess I should say. Because some of the stuff they're doing just, and I don't know, they're getting googly, which is not a compliment. Watch out for that. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, see, OneDrive, that's a perfect example. Man, I do not like OneDrive. I use it at work because like a lot of people, you have it as a company, and that's fine. But man, I don't need OneDrive trying to run my life. So I'll probably just do a clean install. Wait, so, but that Office is, well, I pay for Office 365, so I guess it's going to install itself anyway. Whatever, doesn't matter. I was going to say, does a clean install include it? Well, it's not going to matter because I'm going to end up getting it anyway, so it'll try to install itself. I know there's ways around it. It's fine. Like I said, OneDrive has a use. It doesn't really have much of a use for me because I have a different cloud backup solution, so I don't need OneDrive to be syncing my files. Plus, I really don't trust it. I don't trust anything, to be honest, when it comes to that stuff. I mean, just look at the problems with the Apple Music that I was seeing around today. I didn't get hit with them, but I saw other people that were saying they were, and I have no reason to disbelieve them because it's not like Apple's iCloud thing is bulletproof by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm not shocked by any of that. Like I said, I spun up music just to see. I was legitimately curious if I was going to be hit with it. I was not. So that's nice. I have copies of all my music as well, so even if somehow it had gotten wiped out, I could rebuild that. It would take a few days, but, and it would be annoying, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be thrilled about it, but wouldn't I don't rely on playlists the way some people do, so I would have been okay there. People who really cultivate playlists. Although apparently the fix was that you just resync it. So it didn't sound like it was it didn't sound like the stuff was truly lost. It sounded like they were talking about data crossover, which for Apple is not good. If in fact there was data leakage across different user accounts. But you know what? I say that, but nobody actually cares. Apple just skates on that stuff. They really do. It's like I haven't heard word one on all those stories that came out about the fact that their data toggle wasn't actually stopping data from going. They just dropped that one. Nobody talks about it now. So I guess we just don't care. Because Apple says they're privacy first. They just get a pass on everything now. And I say that as an Apple user. I'm not thrilled with the way that things just kind of get passed off for them. You know? They somehow, Cult of Mac style, have managed to Scientology people to not care. Just saying. And again, Apple user. I'm not saying this as somebody who hates Apple. I've never used Apple. I am doing this stream on a MacBook Pro, which I quite like. So it's not that I won't use Apple. I just don't think they should get a pass on everything. And other people seem to think they should. Or just don't care. Which, funny that a lot of people who say that the privacy element of Apple is what they value, yet they give a pass to times where Apple doesn't seem to be living up to their own hype machine. Just saying. I'm not trying to start a war with people. Just an observation. Let's see. Where's that arm? Let's find the layers. I did not name my layers, which I know their professionals would be like, you are an idiot. And to an extent, they would be correct. Because that's what makes me have to do this to try to find... Oh, wait a minute. Nope, different one. Where the arm lines are. I know they're in here. They're obviously here somewhere. I just have to find them. That was 18, 16, 19, 20. Wait, did I miss them? Did I do it and I missed it? Hold on. No, that's the outer line. I need the inner lines. Where's the inner line? Oh, I'm on it. I'm already on it. That figures. That's typical. Okay. I'm in love with the German man. Okay, let's see. Okay. There we go. I have to remember to add that song to my playlist. Now I'm talking about playlists, this song, I have to remember that. I actually don't know what the song is called. I just know how it goes. But that's one of the reasons I want to put it on a playlist, so I actually know what it is. Listening to an album the other day, yesterday, that I actually bought for my wife a while, called Left of the Dial, Dispatches from the 80s Underground. There's a lot of good stuff on there. Not everything is... It's got a weird opener, I have to admit, which it's REM's Radio Free Europe. It's a weird opener for an album that feels much more like punk and alt-rock geared, to have a very, very kind of college rock song lead off. I don't mind it. I actually like that song. It's just a strange beginning to that type of compilation. But I obviously there's a reason for it. They chose it for some reason. But I thought it's an interesting lead off. Oh, that's the wrong brush. An interesting lead off for an album like that. Not bad, just interesting. Okay, let's see. So, let's jump over to here. We'll put a little bit of putting some dimples in the costume so that it reflects, there's nothing down there. The ripples of the body. I have to start watching. This is going to sound terrible, especially with Artificial here, who I'm sure is going to be aghast at this statement, but it is true. I have never watched the anime City Hunter. Never seen it. But I saw somebody that was talking about it, and now I'm sort of feeling like I should have seen it. But I never saw it. I remember it being on. I think I looked at it, and I kind of dismissed it. Probably unfairly, but I never watched it. But it sounds like a riot. It sounds like a really fun kind of don't take it too seriously show. So I'm going to watch it. Yeah, well, I haven't even seen bits and pieces. But like I said, I saw this somebody on YouTube who does reviews, and I watch the ones that are kind of about because my anime kind of magic period is 70 to 90 or 92, 94 in there. Back there was a certain style to it, and that's what I like. So I like to see what stuff I missed. You know what? I'm going to just try something here. You know what? I'm fine with that. I like that better. Just sometimes you just got to just make a line and see what it does. Okay. So I'm sticking with that. I'm sticking with that neckline. I've made an executive decision. That's what's happening. Okay. So let's jump on to 31 here, and we'll do a few more lines. Okay. So let's do. Really, I don't have to. I mean, this is going to be black, so I don't have to go too far into this. But I just want to have all the pieces of the costume, outfit, uniform, whatever I'm calling it. Oh, you know what? I should have done. Let me look. Yeah, I should have done this. Whoa. There we go. All right, now let's jump up to 31 and let's do the curve. How is that new Trigun? I've read good reviews. I haven't seen it though, but I read it was good, which is good. I wouldn't want it to be bad. I don't like new things. I don't like remakes or continuation. It's a remake or is it a sequel? It's a remake, right? Or a reboot or whatever they would call it? Or is it supposed to continue the same storyline? I wasn't really clear from the stuff I read how that was working. I just read that in general people were saying it wasn't bad. That, because I know the art style is a little, well, obviously it's different. But it didn't seem like people were reacting negatively to it the way some other new versions of things have been received. Oh, I didn't realize I did that. Pretty good, way different. Oh, interesting. Well, if it's good and different, I'm all for it. Good and different is not bad. That's what I say about the remake of Suspiria. I love the original dearly. Also like the remake quite a bit. That may be a controversial opinion. It's CG, but looks really good. Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. Yeah, that's not necessarily a problem. I thought the Ghost in the Shell CG looked good too, so that's okay. I can deal with CG. I'm not anti-CG in and of itself. I'm anti the way it gets splattered on everything as if it's a cure-all and it's the only way to do things, and it tends to drown out some of the more creative stuff that maybe not CG would have. Never read Trigun. I never read it. Nope. Never read any of it. Only ever saw the anime series, or OVA, or whatever the proper term is. I've never quite been clear on what the difference there is either. But I'm not going to search it. I've already got my FBI list search done for the evening, so I'm not searching for anything else, because who knows what'll come up. Who knows? I'm not taking a chance. I know it stands for original video animation, but I've never really been clear on what that means as opposed to movie or series. I'm sure there's a reason. I have no doubt there's an explanation and there's a reason for it. I just don't know what it is. I'm just like, oh, okay. Oh, straight. Oh, meaning that if it's not an OAV, did I say OVA? Original animated, yeah, whatever it is. So if it doesn't say that, the idea would be it went to theaters. Okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, I guess. Makes as much sense as anything else I know about it, so sure. Okay, that's... Oh, I have to do the one for the cyber arm. I did not do the cyber arm. Hold on. Let's get that cyber arm in there. So, that outfit... Okay, hold on. That's down here, so we need to have this and that. There we are. It was on TV or in theaters. Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense. Okay, yeah, that looks good. I'm all right with that. What time are we at? Okay, I got the neckline. Let's get the circle in, and then that will probably, just because I want to see the circle. Just because I want to see that circle, which I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to work those lines in. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. And by the way, this is not going to be a Power Girl-esque... Oh, no, you know what? I got to do it on its own layer because I want to be able to center that. This is not an opening because I don't want this to be confused with a Power Girl situation where I just have a female character with a giant opening in her costume for no reason. This will be white, but it is the outfit. It is not just a missing piece of the costume. Because, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, so what I will do though, let's see something. Where do we have a warp on this thing or not? I don't remember if this has a warp. It does not appear to have a warp. That's okay. I thought for some reason it did, but I guess it doesn't. Why did I think this had a warp? Uniform. Oh, warp. Right there. Okay. Well, let's just see. I'm just curious. If I just... I mean, I'm not going to go crazy, but just give it a little bit of... Ooh, no. No, it's got to be a circle. Never mind. Go the Havoc route. It was always a circle no matter what he was doing. Yeah, just go that route. No, I don't want to... I was gonna try to move it a little bit to make it look somewhat like it was on a body, but you know what? Not everything has to be realistic. Doesn't matter. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Okay. I'm going to do one more thing. Just because I want to see it. Then I'll be done for tonight. I am going to put the... I know they look like Spider-Man arms. They're not. So I don't know. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with these. But let's just get this stuff in here. Just so that I can see what this looks like. And even if they are Spider-Man arms, so what? I like the way they look. I don't care. I mean, obviously I do care. I wouldn't be thinking about it, but I think I can... God, my lines are shaky as hell on those. All right, better. Okay, I guess this is going like this. And then, I don't know, I'll figure out. Looks like it's behind it too. I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out later. Alright, there we go. Yeah. Alright. I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it. It's working for me. So far. Oh, I do have a secondary. Okay, well, I'll get to that. So I have a secondary behind the... Okay, I see what I got. That's fine, I can do that. Yeah, I'm going to have to start consolidating layers at some point. But that's okay. Doesn't have to be right now. We'll just do this. Well, I guess I can just incorporate that and do this. So that's fine. That goes behind. And this one also just goes behind. And there we are. All right. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, I'm almost done anyway, so you're not going to miss much. I am having fun. I'm very happy to say I am having fun with this. But thank you for stopping by and talking a little bit of anime, because, yeah. Enjoy your evening, because you are a little bit behind me, I think. So, but still, not that far. But again, thank you for stopping by. And have a good evening. Or no, you're ahead of me. No. Yes, you're ahead of me. Sorry, you're ahead of me. So have a good evening. Forgot. I completely reversed my time zones. Of course I did. I'm not good at calendars. I'm not good at time zones. Anything that involves any even simplistic math is not really for me. Kind of a miracle I graduated from college. And that's not that much of an exaggeration, even though it was art school. Still a miracle, because they do make you do basic classes. So, yeah. Okay, we'll wrap this up. Heard my rice cooker go off too, so my dinner is almost ready. My dog is expecting to eat, so I have other obligations that I must attend to. But I am very happy with where this is going. Yes, I'm very happy with this. So, excellent. It's going good. It's going good. I don't know where it's going to end up, but I like the journey so far. All right, let's morph back to the other thing. There we go. I got to plug this thing in because, oh, yes, it's getting low. Well, a very good Wednesday evening stream. Got some good progress done. Got to look up a definition that'll put me on a watch list. And I'm happy with where that drawing is going. It's going in the direction I want it to go, and that's honestly that's about the most I can ask out of anything I ever do is kind of go in the direction that I want you to go. So tis going well in that respect. Okay, that is it for this evening. So I will say, for evening for me, I don't know where you are and what's left of whatever this is for you. But whatever is left, try to do something a little bit creative, even if it isn't drawing. Even if it isn't something big, just do something a little creative. Even if it's looking up at a cloud and making it into a gigantic cloud balloon animal. That is still being creative. It's still exercising the creativity of your brain. So do something like that. Even if it's only for 5 minutes. It's good for you. And on that note, we'll see you on the next stream. Thanks for stopping by and chatting or watching, either live or later. Doesn't matter to me. And because I appreciate it no matter what. So get out there, be creative in some way. We'll see you on the next stream. Take care.